Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cybernation Uncensored, and welcome back to the last arc of our Chronicle. These four are the victims of Vampire the Masquerade. To my knowledge, have never played this game, and may potentially be thinking there's still a way out with a relatively good ending. Anyone who's played Vampire the Masquerade before will know what I think of that. So, before we get started, let's go ahead and meet the players. George Lee.
Hey, I'm George Lee, and I play Ash Hargrave the Malkavian.
Captain.
I am Cap'n. I'm also sick, and I play Aaron Strangelove the Tremere.
Petra.
I'm Petra. I'm not sick. I'm healthy. And I play Cecil the Bruja.
Chig.
I'm Shig, and I'm not sick, but I'm healthy, but I'm also tired, and I play Renee Winslow, the Toreador.
As always, before we get started, usual disclaimers. This is intended for a mature audience, and themes and things that will be covered are probably not suitable for those who are underage. So, get off the internet, touch grass or something. For those of you who are going to stay here, we're going to continue our chronicle. We are going to continue the last arc that these people have to face, and to set expectations. However long this will last is dependent on how many loose ends the players want to tie up before the inevitable end, and whatever happens then. Because whether you realize it or not, the threat of death is very real right now. That out of the way, let's get started. You can go. All right. So, when you are in a tough spot as a living person, generally speaking, perseverance and a little hard work and some creative thinking might get you out of it. We take a look back with a scene investigating how Jim's family is doing. They've moved out of the city. They've moved elsewhere to a place they believe is safer. Jim has some new work, and he is a little bit happier. There's no more politics in his office. He seems to be treated fairly. His daughters are growing up quite nicely, making new friends. It's a nice, picturesque life. The unfortunate truth is that he gets to do this because he's still alive. The rest of you don't get that option. You're dead. In fact, leaving this city feels like a boon in itself, as if you owe someone a great debt for letting you leave the place. Everything that you do is under watch, and as you've just learned, everything that you are has almost been manufactured, created. Would you have been different? Would things have been different? Would you be happier? Who knows? Who's to say? Those things didn't happen. What happened to you, that's what happened because of one person. A person you met, and a person who made abundantly clear what she thinks of you. And just as she was leaving, decided one last reminder to Cecil You do not get to talk to her like you are equals. You are an ant. And she will crush you and torture you and put you under a magnifying glass to burn in the sun as much as she likes. When she struck Cecil, to describe what you guys saw, you did not see her move. You did not see her blink. You saw Cecil get struck in the chest and then thrown to the wall as quickly as the blink of an eye. But you did not see her move despite both of them being in your vision. The only indication that she even moved a little bit is that her hair swayed back and forth despite there being no wind. She is that fast. She is faster than the air can fill a vacuum. She is faster than your brain is capable of processing information. And she put her hand through Cecil and threw him across the wall like he was nothing. She moves that fast. She is that strong. And she reminds all of you, you are not her equal. And this is the last time you get to talk to her like you are. As she leaves, turns back one last time to look at the four of you. I'm reminded, of course, that there is a boon to be paid to the four of you, so allow me to pay that right now by not killing all of you and burning down everything you have worked for and everything you ever loved for his gross disrespect of me in my domain. And she just stares you all down and then leaves. You are alone in this private basement cell of hers. What do you do?
Cecil has a hole in his chest.
Hand shaped like a knife edge hole through the spine.
Yeah.
He did heal the bones. The hole is still there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. Oh my shit, Cecil, are you okay? Well, obviously not.
I mean, there's a new opportunity to test out my. I mean, look at that. Like, I not fully done.
Yeah.
Studied in the books.
It is kind of it's a little
Deserved.
I was gonna say funny karma because you punched holes in other people's chests, so but yep, I wouldn't say deserved.
Aaron?
Okay,
It's an investigation.
You say wits and investigation?
Intelligence.
Okay.
Or wits and awareness, I'll take either one. There is a large splinter protruding from his chest a centimeter off of his heart. She could have staked him if she wanted to. She could have obliterated his heart if she wanted to. He let him get away easy. You can pull it out, and you should, because one kind of misstep or crunching of his middle section, that's going to pierce his heart.
Cecil, don't move. And then Aaron will very slowly, like, put their hand to where that splinter is, and then just extract it, and then flick it behind their shoulder. You'll be fine.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
I think we need to go home.
You know, it's one thing to have a realization of, you know, I think I've realized something. I realized it before I got punched and probably after, but you know what? Let's just go home.
Yes. There's a lot to think about, but who knows?
Yeah.
Is there any other errands that people would like to do before we head home?
No.
We have a storm on the way.
What time of the night
We went here
is
early,
it?
so it's barely
You
10
went
o'clock.
early. Okay. Yeah, I may make a stop after going back.
Ash, could I show you something? Can I just come with you, and then afterwards I'll show you something privately?
I mean, it's kind of maybe before. It's kind of a private conversation I need to have.
Oh, with who?
The keyword was private.
Oh, I mean, I'm confused. Never mind. Let's just go home.
Yeah. But you can show me. You can show me before. I think we have time.
But before what? I'm really confused. What you mean? I'm legitimately confused.
Before I go to have my conversation.
Oh, but with who?
I'll let you know after.
Okay, thank you. I was just confused because I thought you meant the private conversation with us two, and then I was like, no, but that's
No.
still planned. I mean, yeah, okay.
Yep. And we got it now. We're on the same page.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So, in order to show Ash, does that mean all of you are going home together? Whatever you're going to show her, you mean? Or do you split off?
I think we were all gonna go home anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could I call upon the person that I used to communicate with my brother's soul?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like them to meet us back
Your
home
haven?
too, and I'd like them to meet. Yeah, in my haven, but more specifically my room.
Okay. Guys, head home. A long drive. Your club hasn't burned and people haven't died. When you enter, it does not take long before the man arrives. He looks to you. You called for my services?
Yep. If you just wait in the room, I'll be there in a bit. You don't mind guests, right?
It's your haven. He walks into your room.
Happy days, great. Okay.
What do you guys talk about?
I'm going to my room.
What do you need to show me, Cecil?
Are you showing all of us, or are you just showing Ash?
I think once Ash understands what it is, then she'll understand why it's only her that I'm showing.
Okay. Then I'll make myself scarce.
What do you show?
I invite Ash to my room, and I begin the thing to allow me to talk to my brother. And while the preparation is happening, I say to Ash, assuming Ash wants to join me in my room,
Yeah.
I say to Ash, you reckon Eleanor's bugged her rooms as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. To be fair, she's going to find out anyways if she can see through anything else, but I mean, she can't really do anything about it. No offense given, but it was in the past. You know how you foresaw my brother's death?
Yeah.
I think the odd thing is that as much as it was for those people that you saw on the bus that convinced me to do what I did and sent me down that downward spiral. At first, I was filled with so much anger towards Helena. I mean, she must have caused it, right? She must have started the chain of events that made me who I am today, but the person we're about to talk to, my brother, which, by the way, he probably takes no offense to I'm not going to tell him about you foreseeing the death before. I killed him. What am I talking about? What I'm trying to say is that just watch and I'll show you. And I'd like to start the ritual.
He summons an ethereal spirit, visible not because of your power, but because it is made to be visible. It is just featureless black void. And to you, Ash, it is a black void of memories and feelings, all that have passed since for a long time now. But it's there, and it's a collection of those memories and feelings that form what used to be Cecil's brother. Why?
Hello to you too. I want to make this brief. I just want to say, you've saved me somehow, yet again.
How so?
Remember that conversation that we had in the car? One of the few last times you saw me before I went off the grid?
It nods.
You deciding to meet me there has dramatically changed how I feel about myself now. To say it bluntly, I've been put into a cage that I can't get out of. And the person outside that cage I thought was somebody that put me in there in the first place and therefore killed me, killed you, destroyed our family. I'm now starting to realize that, oddly enough, realizing that it's my fault that I decided to say fuck you and leave that car, not take your advice, not take the hand that you were extending to help me. Nobody could have persuaded me to do that. Nobody could have possibly gone ahead and put a knife to my throat and told me to tell that to you. Nobody could have put those drugs in my veins over and over and over again, and every time thinking, you know what, this is it. Nobody could have possibly held me at gunpoint and made me sleep homeless or not even go back to mum and dad. Nobody forced me to do that, really. It was just me. As much as the drugs overtook me, I have to take some sort of personal responsibility. And through that, I thank you for making me realize that it was my fault. You've brought me out of something that I've been holding dear to me ages, which is that this was the hand of someone else, but all this time it was me.
Spirit pauses, unsure how to react, before responding. You're welcome. I hope you find peace.
I don't know why, but it's weird how in a moment that I feel the most trapped and chained to a wall and nothing, then I feel like my back's against the wall and there's nothing I could possibly do, I surprisingly feel the most free. And yeah, I don't know if this is going to be the last update you get from me, but I didn't think I said thank you enough. And so you really are a big bro, even in the afterlife.
Find your peace, brother.
And yours too. But then I'd like to end the ritual.
The Hekata cuts it off. The spirit disperses. And because you willed it, Ash is witness to all of it.
Or I can make it like a Teams call thing. Like, I'd love for you to join, but I
didn't want to.
Yeah, I
anyway, it seemed kind of like a
but
brother thing.
Honestly, I asked about the bugs because I don't really care if she heard that or not. I mean, what is she going to get so angry that she directly didn't cause my downfall? That she's going to permanently end me to make a point? Even if she does permanently end me right now, I will die knowing that I take responsibility for everything I did, and I should be feeling dread, but there's a certain peace that kind of comes with that.
The devil you know.
No kidding. She did make me a kindred, and all this other shit. In fact, if you want to take a gruesome aspect to it, she technically brought me out of an addiction and made me into a high status of power, which is, I would have high regards, but considering what else she's done, it's in an objective state. I'm sure that she knows how we feel about her. But just know that if I die tomorrow, die tonight, die whenever, I want you to know that just like my brother there, you've just been as supportive as a sister as you could ever have been. And
even after the shit that happened yesterday?
You guys are right. Getting punched in the hole really was kind of a wake-up moment.
And you know what? It was for Aaron too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think up until then, I just had all this rage built up, and I had, even while all our plans were getting talked down, I still had this lingering feeling that maybe I could eventually get my revenge, but I honestly, frankly, in my personal account, I don't care anymore. And I from now on, I want to try and help those that were in my same place. I want to help them too. I'm not necessarily the best person to do so morally, but I'm not gonna turn to a Christian. I'm not gonna do that religious bullshit. Okay,
I wasn't gonna. Yeah, that would be kind of. I mean, it would be rather fitting, seeing as how close you've gotten to Rodrigo. But I never really saw you as sort of like finding God. That's more of a La Sombra thing.
I mean, I don't think I'd make a good priest anyway.
No, you'd be really bad at it.
Yeah, I mean, Rodrigo has a certain aura to him that is just you have the priest aura, and I just don't have that, So what I'm trying to say is that I just want to help people that were in my position to not get into that position at all. You saw the girl that was in my memories, the one with the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
If I can die at least knowing that I stopped that case, or one case of that, or many cases like that, I think that's enough. And that's something that I don't think even a punch in my chest could really take away.
Does this mean are you gonna take Helena up on her offer to leave?
Depends what the storm offers, really. I want to see what happens before I fully play out this come to Jesus moment, I guess. But
come to empathy moment, maybe. Actually, caring about other people. You've got so much.
I should feel insulted, but that's I think it started with Zane, really.
Yeah.
I think what happened with Zane really kickstarted all of this, and if I do anything regarding that, I may as well start up in his name. Wait, shit, I didn't think that through. That's not his actual name.
Yeah, we don't know what his name was.
okay, Storm, find out his name, possibly die, and then that shit. Okay. But
you die first and then?
Well, I have money. Rick could possibly just hear my Jesus talk and then be like, oh yeah, true. But the point I also want to know what you're doing as well, just to be clear, what you plan to do.
To be determined. Part of me doesn't want to worry about this shit anymore, but I don't know. There's too many unanswered questions, too many things up in the air, and yeah, I don't know.
Ash?
I would really, really love to not be. Oh yeah, yes.
Roll your premonition, please.
No.
Hunger comes out of it. Just ignore it.
Man,
we're 30 minutes in, Nigel. We're 30 minutes in.
we were having a heartful 1-to-1, and then you hear it's the left hook of premonition.
That's exactly why the premonition figures.
Of course.
Maybe this premonition is you on a beach in Florida, and it's awesome and it's cool.
Ew, Florida.
Let's. If you lay all cards on the table right now, Cecil may have accepted his choices and what they've done. Whether or not you've accepted that yours is your fault, regardless of that, you do get glimpses of conversations and things that happened, and over the years of these people going through the Succubus Club, no one made them go. They went of their own volition. They went to talk there, to unwind, whatever it is, whatever reason they had, they went there. She did not make the community your mother found herself in. She was responsible indirectly for her ending up there and getting married, knowing probably that she would make the choices she would make when she has her own kid. He was responsible for the priest staying there, but did not make the priest do what he did. The point of the visions is that she tipped over some dominoes, but they were already positioned as they were. They fell how they did. She saw how it was arranged and decided to trigger the fall. But her words ring true. She did not make these people who they are. She wasn't the voice that detective heard and decided to try and kill you. That was someone else. That was someone under the people who controlled that cult. She did not do anything active. She let things play out as she set the pieces down. Everything that's happened, that wasn't her. She did not, in this vision at least, she did not even kill Renee's mother. Someone did kill her. That wasn't her. Nor was it her doing. But she certainly benefited from it. She set up the situation. She gave it an opportunity, but she did not directly have a hand in any of it. She's not predicting anything. She's not fortune telling or reading. She is an observer. She is a plotter. She is a schemer. She is many horrible things. But should these things have failed, you can very clearly see she had other things. Other dominoes she toppled, other things that she caused. She casts a wide net and just sees which ones play out to her favor. So there is some truth in what Cecil says. Whether or not you want to accept that truth is up to you. She did not make circumstances happen. She triggered an event and the chain of events are all human choice. She just watched. Unfortunately, her comparison of the whole anthill thing, or the ant farm thing, also rings true. You introduce an element, and then you watch them react, but you can't really make them react how you want them to. You just predict how they're going to based on what it is that you put there. This plays in your head. You space out for just a second before returning to the conversation.
Sorry. I'm sure you're used to it at this point. When I...
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we will see what the storm brings in the next nights.
Yeah, Are you okay? Context given, are you okay right now? Like, you're not gonna kill yourself when I leave?
No, I'm actually I'm doing a lot better. Hell kind of helped.
Yeah, you think that would have been a much rougher position mentally, but
yeah. Well, I kind of had my moment, and then I got a little tough love, and kind of got it. Figured my shit out.
Did your premonition say they were all going to turn Mormon?
What? No.
You know, like the Jesus joke earlier. I'm connecting. You know what? Getting punched in the hole does not make my jokes any funnier. I get it. Okay, I get it.
You know, they can't all be winners, Cecil. It's okay.
No. I like my one-liners, but it's just I'm a fucking dick. I can't.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I just. It's as long as we're both okay as we can get, then
yeah,
we just have to see the storm pass, and I think I'm glad we agree to that. And yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't have any other rituals to show you, so that's my show and tell done.
Do you guys keep the television on just for white noise sake? Or is it usually turned off?
It depends how many Adam Sandler films you have yet to watch.
I meant like just non-cable TV, you know, the normal, just regular channels. Does it stay on or
probably not?
Okay.
It depends on what sort of fucked up thing you're going to say regarding it.
Well, no. The thing is that in Cecil, wait, is this Cecil's room?
Yeah, you have a small TV there. Would you keep it on?
He absolutely has cable on, and he just watches really bad reality TV. Just, I think it's the Real Housewives. That's what it's on.
You know those times where there's an emergency broadcast, and it interrupts the TV, and it just sort of shows.
Oh my god!
Not already.
There's
Nigel!
an emergency broadcast on the TV, and they are reporting a literal storm coming in the next couple of weeks. An actual physical, literal storm that's going to hit the city and the state.
You fucking kidding me? Really?
Well, at least it's weeks. You know, I thought we maybe had till tomorrow.
No. I mean, it's just a storm. Really? That's it. It's an actual fucking storm.
We don't know what's in the storm. Who could be causing the storm?
If it's just a storm and it's not like a cool code word for any sort of event, that may be the greatest rage bait of all time. I thought this was like I have to wait and see. I have to wait and see.
There you go.
Okay.
Breathe.
If it matters. The reasons on the news, if it matters, is that one, we're very good at predicting the weather days before it happens. We are terrible at predicting it weeks before it happened. 2, hurricanes don't happen in Chicago. At least not often enough that you can say this is normal. And yet they are reporting a hurricane of unnatural proportions about to hit the city with unknown origins. And they're able to predict it 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance, maybe. They just don't know when exactly it's going to hit, but for some reason they're able to predict the weather pattern.
Yeah, there's something not right about that. Hurricane in Chicago?
Yeah,
That doesn't happen.
I mean, if we consider all the weird shit that we've seen in Chicago, I guess this is not as weird.
But I don't think that it's quite a storm that you were thinking, so you don't have to be as angry as you maybe were. I think there's probably a little something more to the storm.
Okay. But, I'm just saying, if it is just a storm, I'd be a little bit upset. Maybe a little bit less Christ-like, you know? I don't know.
That's fair. Wow, you really drop all your principles just at the drop of the hat.
No.
After.
Well, let's not act like I'm still selling drugs, okay? There has to be a way to get the money. I'm a complicated guy, you know? Like, I just some people like their bread toasted, like one half. I just like it the other half. I also like to eat shit, you know?
Just giving you shit, Cecil. You're fine. Oh my god, you're good. I probably should go.
Yeah, you go. I'll.
But thank you
somehow. Yeah. Do we have any storm protection for this club?
I don't know. Ask Rick.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say thank you for allowing me to see that, and I'm glad that you're not in such a angry place about our circumstances.
It'd be untruthful to say that there isn't still that resentment left, but it's absolutely not the focus. And I just want to say as well, if you need anything, then find me before I turn fully, before Rodrigo fully adopts me. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you are in need of a father figure in your life. You're just surrounded by feminine energy.
Oh, you have important things. We can talk about daddy issues later, but you need to sort your stuff.
Sorry, I keep doing bits. I need to go. Okay.
Yeah. funny bit. Just go. Bye. Yeah.
Guess where's Ash going? Before we get to these individuals into Haven.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Junk.
Quick travel down the sewer.
And
his haven hasn't blown
Jesse. Oh, thank goodness! Oh my gosh! Wow.
On the way there, you do find Sturbridge on the way out.
Oh. Of course.
He just nods at you.
I do.
Before she leaves, you enter, and then he looks. I'm just getting all the visitors tonight.
Yeah, you're a popular guy.
What can I do for you?
Okay. How do I...
Storm or Portia? What do you I'm aware.
know about Portia? Okay.
I'm aware.
I was kind of here for, like, I guess neither maybe about Portia, but I just... There's been something that I've kind of wanted to talk to you about for a while, but you didn't remember. So I couldn't really ask you about it. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm sort of discovering about the circumstances of what brought me to be a kindred, and I just I guess I just want to know who I can and can't trust. So when I ask you this, I just ask is that you're honest about it?
Let me stop you there.
Mm-hmm.
Trust is a commodity that kindred can't afford. You can trust anyone you want, but at the end of the day, at any moment, now or in the future, they can turn their backs on you. That's how this world works. That's how it's always worked. The only answer to the question of who you can trust is yourself. And even then, that's not always true. But I will humor you and listen to what you have to ask.
Why didn't you turn me into the sheriff? Why did you cash in your life boon with Rodrigo? I didn't even fully understand what that meant until I was negotiating for you with Sturbridge of what that actually meant. Especially for a fledgling who is, by your own admission, young and stupid. And why would you put yourself in that position?
Because we were all, at some point, young and stupid and wished that someone was looking over us, but this city, this world, don't work that way, and no one looks after us when we need it the most. Because maybe there's a part of me that's still human and thought you deserved a chance. And there's a large part of me that absolutely hated that bastard. We all have our human moments, even if we've outlived them. And I've hated Lucian for the longest time. The only regret I have is that I wished I was the one who got him off. Or that I was the one who took his head off.
Well, you almost got credit for it.
Sentimentality is a nasty thing most kindred can't shake no matter how old they get. And more often than not, it becomes a downfall. Despite my appearance, despite how my clan is, the fact that everyone shuns us and has shunned us for thousands of years since our inception has made us understand what it means to be human better than most. The feeling of isolation and the need for connection, which was stripped away from us the moment we were turned. Why do you think the Nosferatu network is so tightly knit? Why do you think we all watch each other's backs above all? And yet, we're still alone, still isolated. That's our curse. This space. That's just the surface of it. The bane of our clan is that we are alone when we need to be connected the most. And so sentimentality gets us killed. Or would have. Sturbridge filled me in on the whole Portia situation. I wondered why her influence with the prince was so strong for a fledgling. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That answer your question? Was there something else?
Well, that pretty much answered it. I was in a bit of a paranoia loop, and I found out that our haven was bugged, and you're someone that I know is connected with. You have access to CCTV,
You
and I thought
never
that maybe
had
you
your
did
haven
that
checked?
because. We did, and we found out about another security system underneath the original security system, and then we never looked into it again. I know. Stupid. It's literally been bugged this whole time. We're really, really smart. It's amazing we're alive at this point.
Well, hindsight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be getting rid of that real soon.
Is there anything else, then? Or just come here to listen to old records?
I mean, I haven't really listened to music in a really long time, so that'd actually be nice, but yeah, you know what? Actually, I can stay. Yeah.
He moves the crocodile over and just plays some old records.
Hey, Lucy. Yeah.
It bares its teeth and you're not sure if it's smiling.
While we're listening to it, I look at him and I say, I hope you know, and maybe this doesn't even really need to be said, but I've seen a lot of really horrible things, both in my human life, in this life. I've seen some of the most despicable, horrifying things that a person can witness. You have never been one of those things.
That's because you weren't around in the 19th century. You don't know why I got turned.
I don't. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, though.
No, it's a simple story.
But...
Like many people, in the new frontier, I was an outlaw. Top of my game. Did everything right. Got the money. Did some terrible things. Hell, most history books don't really understand how bad what I did was. How many people I tortured just for the money. Just for revenge, whatever it was. That was before I became an outlaw. The war.
What was your name?
Just, well, You know the war, the civil one, it was anything but civil.
Yeah, I've heard.
Both sides did some terrible things. You ever heard of the bushwhackers?
Have I?
Are you a fan of history?
I have art history, it's academics, but I do have a dot in history. I could roll.
I don't. I'll let you roll only because I don't know how attuned Americans are with their history.
Yeah, it's really, it depends
And
on the
history
state,
and
it depends on the county.
Academics and intelligence.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh,
During the Civil
Bigger
War,
roll.
there was a group called the Bushwhackers, which were on the Confederates. They were a guerrilla group, so kind of like guerrilla warfare, destroy supply chains. They were terrible people. They would torture, maim, sometimes cannibalize, although I'm not entirely sure that's accurate, but they were horrible, horrible people who did absolutely abysmal things. He looks at you. You know this, so you have this look of recognition. He says, I was part of the wrong side of the war, part of the wrong group, and when it all settled, I was an outlaw. All in all, my life amounted to a lot of pain and misery. Someone decided to give me a taste of that. Of course, history says I was assassinated. Cover-ups and the like. They even made a movie about it.
what movie was it?
He goes up to one of the paintings on the wall. It's just a normal American frontier painting. Says, I'll keep this on my wall as a reminder of the first time I died, and a reminder not to trust anyone. He takes out the painting, and underneath it there's a poster, a really old, well-preserved, laminated poster of Robert Ford. Which, since you already did your history, is the guy in history credited with killing Jesse James. Arguably the most famous outlaw.
Which is why his name is Jesse.
That was kind of the biggest clue.
Yep. So, Jesse is after. Got it.
No one ever accused me of being creative.
I mean, look.
100+ years of being what I am and living this life puts horrible in perspective. Things change.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what this world was like during that time. Definitely doesn't seem very great for many people.
It hasn't changed, actually. I was on the Confederates. I didn't care much for slavery or owning people. I didn't care much for any of it. I was there because I was told that I was fighting for my country. I was fighting for our freedoms. And I fought. And I fought. And I did everything I did because I was told that this is what was needed to secure our freedom. And when we lost, I was told that the new frontier was a chance for new opportunities, and that was a lie. I was told there would be a chance for a new life, and that was a lie. So I fought. And I fought again. And I keep fighting. And if you think about it, That world hasn't changed, living or dead. It's the same thing with the Camarilla. You fight, and you fight because they tell you that you have to. Because they tell you that if you fight, there's something else on the other side. Well, it's been over a century. Century and a half. I haven't seen the other side yet. But at this point, all I know how to do is fight. The only thing I know is to fight. You ask why I saved you. Maybe a part of me wanted to die. Or maybe a part of me wanted to feel like that all the fighting and all of the pain and all the misery, and maybe one thing, I could do one good thing. You are as close to human as our kind can get, whether you like it or not. Allowing you
Thank
to
you.
die.
That's actually a huge compliment.
Allowing you to die didn't sit right. Maybe that's because I want to die, or maybe that's because I still have something in me that resembles human. Regardless of the reason, it didn't feel right. He just puts the painting back up.
Portia, Helena offered me an opportunity to leave.
You should take it. Not all of us get that luxury. Oh, you're not going to take it, are you?
I don't know if I want to take it. I don't.
No, of course not. Far be it from you to take the way out that gets you alive.
Well, see, this kindred that I kind of care about got put into this life boon, and it was because of me, so I don't really feel right about just like abandoning them in the city to their own devices.
Don't put your foolish decisions on me.
I'm not. It's my decision. Just like I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do, you can't make me do anything that I don't want to do.
You're going to die before you outlive your human years.
Maybe, probably.
Oh, maybe you live. Who knows anymore? The game's changed because there's a 4,000-year-old kindred playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do you. If you live after 100 years, I'll be impressed. He will sit and play another record.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna stay here for the night?
Yeah. Not for the night. I'll just like stay for like a little
Few
while
hours.
longer and then go
Right.
back. Yeah.
Does either Renee or Aaron want to do anything? While
Aaron
isolated.
seems excited. I'll let him go first.
I wasn't showing excitement. I was just nodding my head and agreeing that I am doing something.
Yes.
I sensed excitement.
If you say so. After Ash and Cecil would have went to their room to do the thing that Aaron wouldn't know what's happening, but they're talking. Aaron would have went to go and see Sturbridge.
In her haven.
Based on... Oh, here you go.
I mean, it's a quick drive. In her haven, the ghoul tells you to wait as she's out, but she will be returning shortly. When you arrive there, you wait for a bit. Takes about 30 minutes before she shows up. Mr. Strangelove, I was not expecting to see you tonight again.
I got some more to think about. I'd seen Helen.
I've heard what she did to Cecil.
It was interesting, for sure. But I don't know. I've been rolling this around in my head. And I don't know where to sit on it. This whole situation. Who do you think? Who controls Helen? Does it all really go back to our big old granddaddy?
Mrs. Strangelove, if anyone controlled Helen, she would not be here. She would be in the Middle East. She is here because she has defied control. And in doing so, exerts control.
You don't think then it was part of someone else's plan to keep her here?
No. I believe that there were plans for her, and those plans made her do what she did and turn herself into a fledgling persona. But if anyone were to find out she was here, then those plans will be threatened and probably reenacted. However, I truly don't believe it is in the city's kindred's best interest for that to happen.
No, I don't think so either. It would just be bringing the Middle East here.
Or it would be bringing about those who are fighting there. One of them. If anyone were to discover that Helen found a way to avoid this, it would cause chaos.
And she made it abundantly clear that she could easily just squash us as nuisances to have been one to bring it on. But
that extends to all kindred in this city.
That's not why I'm here. Despite these being the most insurmountable odds, I don't feel as hopeless as I had before. I think back on the time of Maxwell, and I recall feeling far more hopeless then than I do now. Which is weird.
That is because of... That is for the same reason that we have... that me and Miss Vitali have asked you and Cecil to do what you did. It is simply because you now know the gameplay and where you stand, regardless of who is in power and what they have done to achieve that power. There is a sense of security in knowing the board you are on.
Interesting. Human philosophies still persist. despite kindred society, the idea that we are all just grains of dust amidst an endless sea of space.
Mr. Strangelove, human philosophy is the reason kindred society still stands. Otherwise, we would simply be beasts.
True. Where do you stand on this, knowing that you're just a part of Helen's game, and that just as she's made a fool of us, she made a fool of you?
Do you realize, Mr. Strangelove, that your blood has not truly acted in the way you expect it to, that you have been played a fool? That your lack of a level head is caused only by your human emotion and not necessarily by the blood that flows through you. Have you noticed?
Partially. I can recall a certain time where that was the case, yes.
That is because the beast's ultimate goal is survival. And despite the pride that flows through our blood, there is no pride to be lost in being played by one who is 4,000 years old. That would be foolishness to assume that you could play the game of someone 4,000 years old. In fact,
interesting.
In certain ways, to have her desire our cooperation in itself is its own compliment.
It is just perspective, then.
When you've outlived your human years, Mr. Strangelove, you'll begin to realize that perspectives shift rather easily when it comes to survival. Pride is a relative thing. The fact that someone of 4,000 years would take interest in you can be a source of pride if you let it. If she truly controlled the machinations of his city, Vendusab, Mr. Strauss, all of them, were allowed to be removed from their positions because she chose me. Do I enjoy being played and turned into a pawn? No. But do I understand the position that I am in? Yes. I understand who I am, where I belong, and I understand I'm in no position to fight it. And the best one can do, truly, is to make the most of the position you've been given. It is what I've done since I was sired. I've become the youngest regent in the Chantry of 5 boroughs in New York. I've become respected by a patriarchal society who would have rather dismissed me. That was not her machination. That was mine. Whether or not she had a hand in bringing me to this city doesn't matter. I will succeed or fail because of my choices. She doesn't have a hand in that.
I see. I suppose I didn't expect to come into this conversation leaving it with the idea of being satisfied with being that grain of sand, but right now I don't feel so bad about where I am. Do you believe that she'll ever let us go? She offered us the opportunity to go anywhere that we want, to wipe the slate clean, so to speak.
The truth, Mr. Strangelove, is yes, I do. And the reason is because she does not, and rightfully so, believe you'll be able to do anything to retaliate even in 1,000 years. You can live your life however you wish, knowing, and she will know securely that you can do nothing to stop her machination. And because of that, she has no reason to kill you, or to monitor you, or to watch you. So yes, I believe her offer of freedom is true. Because she has no reason otherwise.
I see. I can't deny that there's not a 0.01% part of me that does bite and say, but you can do something different. But you can affect her. Of course, the rest of my body looks at that 0.1% and says, you're a damned moron if you think you can do a single thing.
There's one thing you can do. Wait. He is 4,000 years old. Give it a few hundred or thousands of years. The beckoning may take her. The antediluvians themselves may rise. Any number of things could happen to someone of that age. And because you are younger, you have the benefit of being able to wait. She is outrunning a clock. As of right now, you and I are not. Sometime, inaction is in itself the response. Why exert yourself? Why put in the effort when all you have to do is wait?
I see.
Survival can be its own response, Mr. Strangelove. Whether you survive here or outside.
It is. And I do quite like my coterie. I heard on the radio while I was waiting for you. There is quite a literal storm approaching. Not just one that was spoken. Yes. I didn't think Lake Michigan was capable of providing a hurricane. But
tornadoes, yes. Frigid cold and snowstorms, most definitely. A hurricane? No. This is something else.
This is an extreme breach of the Masquerade, if it is something within kindred, wouldn't you think?
Yes. It is.
I would wonder who is responsible then.
These are one of those times, Mr. Strangelove, that you had best hope Helena truly has a grasp on this city. Because the fact of the matter is, if an elder of nearly 4,000 years cannot control what is to come, the rest of us truly have no hope. Or, the alternative, it may become a ladder of which we can climb, if we survive.
True. The way you put that, it made me think I was in a Jehovah's Witness meeting about putting our blind faith within something way better than, or way stronger than us. But instead of in Jesus of Latter-day Saints, it was Helen of Troy.
An interesting story about Helen of Troy, Mr. Strangelove. I don't think these were in the books you were provided.
I love stories.
Her sire was Minos, King Minos. Her sire had her blood bonded. Probably one of the first cases of it, actually. She was bonded for over 13 or so years while she waited and bided her time before she broke it of her own will and took the opportunity to consume her sire's very body and soul. Her will is legendary amongst kindred. Of all of her powers, her will is the most powerful. She diablerized the child of an antediluvian, many centuries her senior, and came out not only winning the battle for will, but also completely destroying her sire's voice and soul. You can imagine why I feel no shame in being outmaneuvered by someone of that caliber.
Seems that she is truly the that main character then. It just randomly came to my mind. Did Minos actually have the head of a bull? Or is that just a part of the myth?
I'm not nearly old enough to be able to answer that with any accuracy, Mr. Strangelove. Perhaps you might ask Critias, if we could even find him these nights.
You mean he's not at the university?
He is, though he locks himself in. Does not see any visitors.
I see. Interesting.
Perspective, Mr. Strangelove, that is how you survive these nights. That is how we all survive.
I see. Thank you. Thank you for this conversation. I do appreciate it. I think I have a better outlook on what I am looking for in time.
Well, do you think? I certainly hope that you find your answers. As I've mentioned,
I just hope that
we are part of this together.
I appreciate that. When the storm comes, if you need assistance, I've no doubt that my coterie would be willing to assist, just in the same way that I believe that you would assist us.
Yes.
I just want to reassure that.
But know this, Mr. Strangelove. Miss Vitali and I have come to a decision. Angering Helena is not best for our clan. When it comes to it, and your coterie decides otherwise, we will not hinder you, but neither will we assist you in that endeavor.
Yes.
Well,
it still needs some time to think.
Of course.
You ever been to Milwaukee?
Dreadful place.
A part of me too is rolling around potential places that I could go. But then the other part of me is thinking, it's where our coterie wants to go if we're to leave.
I suppose it's
I've read about Milwaukee.
Idyllic nature. And it's She thinks for a minute. And its rulers might be interesting.
I do like interesting.
Beware of the Anubai if you go.
I'll have to read up on them then.
You should. You intend to head there. Be careful.
Who knows? Maybe San Francisco. Maybe New York. I'll be leaving you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. He nods. As you walk out the door, she just looks at you. Mr. Strangelove. However you find Helena, I have 2 guesses as to who might fill the void should she leave or bring the chaos to the city. Neither of which I assure you would prefer. The first, and arguably the worst option, he looks down for a bit, is King Mithras himself. To this day, his right hand finds ways to revive him. The second, the more poetic justice of the options, and yet still terrible for our kind, is historically her ex-husband, King Menelaus. That would undoubtedly destroy this entire city, and all of us with it. The lesser evil is sometimes good for our survival.
I'm starting to think that I really shouldn't stay in Chicago. If my options are King Mithras, the god King Mithras, or Menela, I appreciate that. I will be keeping that in mind.
They are my 2 hypotheses should Helena's identity come out. One of the 2 will be here first. Who? That entirely depends. I would wager King Menelaus, by virtue of the fact that he's still alive.
That's what I would wager as well. I imagine he'll be right upset.
Yes. Well, have a good evening, Mr. Strangelove. May your decisions be guided by survival.
Don't forget to stock up on bread and bottled water and toilet paper.
Please. He just nods and lets you leave. You head back. Before you enter your club and return to your haven, there's a human that catches up with you. Excuse me, the Strangelove. I am a servant of Miss Sturbridge. I waned to catch up to you in her haven, but I was predisposed. He told me to find you here and give you this. And she hands you a gift. It's literally gift wrapped in just black felt paper, I think it's called. But it's just wrapped in it with a red ribbon.
Does it have a nice little... Oh my gosh. I was going to ask you about a bow on it.
An actual gift.
All right.
But the letter... the man leaves and the letter does read, "Open should you decide to leave. or stay, but only open when you've made your decision.
Interesting. Okay. And then I don't know if it's a large enough gift to just like tuck away in a jacket pocket, or if it's literally just like something I have to carry in and then like find a nice nook.
Oh, it is much too large to put in a pocket. It is about, okay. I would say 2 feet by 1 foot by another 2 feet, like a rectangular box. It's huge.
Mm-hmm. Wow, okay.
It does,
Poor
however...
guy had to chase me down with this.
Yes, like a courier. It does, however, have blood sorcery on it, but it's a very simple mechanism. You open it by providing your blood.
I see. And
it's just locked to make sure you're the only one that can open it.
Yeah, I see. Interesting. All right.
Now,
I'll place that somewhere that's like obvious enough in the club, but you know,
in your haven,
with a sticky note on it, and just be like, only open when decided.
Okay. The rest of you. Oh, sorry, Renee. Would you like to do anything with your time for the evening?
Yeah. I'm gonna start a new painting of my touchstone and have a premonition to see where my girl's at.
Go ahead. You have all of the time in the world for 4. Okay. You start the painting off. Again, thanks to the combination of celerity plus the fact that you can see it, like outlines that you trace before you have to draw it. Like the vision is clearer to you than it ever has been. You do this a lot quicker than you normally would. The basic outline sketch that you come up with on the canvas is a coffee shop. The same coffee shop you always used to go to. It has been over a year. Still goes there. From what you can tell weekly. As if still with you. She takes a private booth away from the rest of the shop, and she does so, or she goes here at a time when there are the least amount of people, like you used to do. Even if it's in the middle of working hours, and she talks as if you were still listening. You paint her in that scene with her usual order, and a small slice of cake. And she talked to a picture of you. Or at least there's a picture of you on the desk. She's still there at the same times that you used to meet her. If you ever wanted to meet her, it would be as easy as going there. However, for this particular vision, this is in the future, and she'll be going there right around midnight. Out of the usual sync of time, because normally you'd have to catch her in the afternoon, which is impossible. But you have an opportunity tonight. For some reason, she's going to be there. You just can't tell why.
Alright, well, I'm gonna plan on going there, but staying distant and seeing what's going on.
You want to listen to what she says, or just watch her?
Listen.
Okay. Roll your awareness and wits, and you can add your aspects to it for heightened sense.
Oh my god, there's awareness.
Make sure you add your discipline. Would you like the willpower, Beth? If you do, I would suggest you only roll the one with stars to get rid of the messy critical, because 3 successes is more than enough. So just roll 1,
okay.
And there's your 3. Okay. You can stay on the part, if you want to be in the coffee shop, Or if you just want to be in the alley by the window where she stays and listen in. Either way, you'd be able to hear with some clarity what she's saying. She sits down, she has her usual order. Little slice of cake. Small one. And come back here. Every week. Sometimes more. Like I can still talk to you. Because let's face it, I can only come here because of you. You helped save my life. And I hate that I couldn't do anything for you. I hated seeing you in that casket. I hated the eulogy being read to you. I hated that they put you in the ground. I don't know what to do. Without you here with me, last year has filled me with nothing but paranoia. What if the detectives find out? What if something gets uncovered? What if we missed something? And you would always calm me down. You would reassure me that you had a handle on things, that no one would ever find out, and I leaned on you and that reassurance, and now that you're gone, I don't know if it bothers me more that I couldn't repay the favor and I'll never get to. Or I don't have my best friend to speak with anymore. I come here alone, hoping you'd hear me, even though neither of us ever really believed in God. I don't believe in God or heaven or any of that, but I have to be able to speak with you. Why did you have to go? Drunk driving accident, car pileup? It's been hard without. Been too hard without. And she sits there quietly. You can't hear the utensils moving. She's not drinking her coffee or eating her cake. She's just sitting there breathing. You do anything?
Renee's just gonna stand there, still listening, just blood tears running down, just waiting.
There's a kindred that approaches you before anything happens. You don't recognize him. But it looks like he was standing there before you and listening to someone else because his obfuscate dropped. You're watching over someone too?
Yep.
Hard, ain't it?
Letting
go.
Especially for the first time seeing them.
You're one of the new ones, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you it gets easier, but 10 years removed, it's still hard. I mean, the man's married and has a family now. Oh, Sorry.
I don't know what's harder, seeing them not move on or move on.
Yeah, I can't speak to the other. We can't speak to each other's experiences, but sorry, rude. You can call me Blake. He just offers a handshake.
Renee.
Anyway, guess I'll leave you to it. He just starts walking.
You
Actually,
don't have to leave if you don't want to.
he looks, it's not entirely for your sake. I'm kicking myself in the head. So if you want to have some gossip, know you're a Toreador, you like that sort of thing, and I don't mean that as any offense. It just might make you feel better.
No, it's true. That's true.
He hands you a
Maybe.
He hands you a piece of cloth to wipe your blood tears, and he beckons you to the window he was standing by. Like, see the guy over there? Jawline, leather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was engaged to him.
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
This
now
year-
that is harder for people to move on.
This year, he got married, and they adopted a kid. A beautiful little nugget over there. For the last 9 years, it was hard. Real hard. But this year was the hardest. And I was at their wedding. No one saw me, of course, but they had a nice little night wedding. Saw how happy he was. Heard the speech from the best man, his younger brother. Said all these things about, I'm glad you finally moved on, and I know Blake would have wanted you to be happy. And I was just standing there thinking, motherfucker, I don't want him to be happy, I want to take him into this life and ghoul him, but that seems like a horrible thing to do to someone you used to love, you know?
I had that thought just a couple minutes ago.
Here's the problem, is that I can't help but think that if I tried something like that earlier in my life, maybe I would have... Maybe I should have taken the risk and ghoul him without the blood bond. You know, just put it in a jar, let it sit there and drink it, explain to him everything. Maybe things would have been different. Maybe we could have been happy, or maybe the prince would have killed us. I don't know, but I can't help but think if it would have been easier than watching this. They just got back from their honeymoon. They adopted that little nugget today. He's on his way to a happy life, and here I am being miserable as shit. So, fun time.
Well, you know, but yet there is something beautiful about being a miserable shit. Because after 10 years, you still care that much about him.
I don't know how not to care. I have never loved anyone so deeply that I carried it to my death. And I can't shake it. I can't even take the fact that he's getting older and I still look like I'm 22.
Well, I think it's best that you didn't end up ghouling him. I mean, that little nugget, who knows what would have happened if they didn't get together, they didn't adopt them. Like, a lot of things could have ended up worse if you did ghoul them. And all three of them look really happy.
I don't know if you're in a similar situation there, Renee, but I don't know. There's the what if is just, it's hard to shake. Anyway, it's real good to talk. Maybe we'll see each other again in this alley being losers, yeah?
Probably.
You ever, want to catch up or anything, you can catch me at a shitty old diner 2 blocks from there. I live in their basement. Chef's a ghoul of mine, just look for Blake.
I'll remember that. Then thanks for the cloth. I really needed it.
And whatever it is, and whoever it is, I'm not gonna ask, but before you decide that fooling them is the worst thing, two reminders. One is that you don't have to bond them. If they're as important, if you're as important to them as they are to you, that loyalty is assumed. And 2, maybe they deserve the choice. Have someone there to erase their memory if needed, but you can at least give them the choice, and if they say no, wipe their heads. Get someone to do it for you. I wish I did. Someone made me that offer 10 years ago. I didn't take it. Scared. But 10 years later, I feel like I made a mistake not at least choosing that. I'll see you around. He waves as he just puts his hoodie on and walks across the street. At this point, you can hear her utensils clanking, and she's slowly eating the cake she bought. It is a cake that she detests, but you liked it. She's just eating it. Clearly not enjoying it, but the thought of you is all that she cares about. Thought of a friend she lost, and she just eats it anyway.
Renee will stay there for a while longer.
After a bit, she eats it, drinks her coffee, she talks about her job. When she moves past the paranoia part, she just tries to calm down. She gets up and then she leaves. Do you head home?
Yeah.
Later in the evening, at 2 a.m., the 4 of you are once again in your havens, and it is a quiet night. Though the truth is, saying it's a quiet night is very much the same thing, or carries the same superstition as a doctor saying it in the ER. You don't say it. Something will happen. And indeed, something does happen because your alarm is tripped. About 3 a.m., the 4 of you are wherever you are, or as you just got home, whichever it is. The alarm is tripped, and you know Nate and Vanessa and Rick have caught someone, and they bring them to the interrogation room in the basement.
Valerie, not
Valerie,
Vanessa.
sorry, my bad. They have
It's like,
my bad.
it's Vanessa.
They've caught someone and brought them into your interrogation room, and whether or not you want a part of this is going to be your choice for this evening, but that is going to be our cue to take a break. So, don't go anywhere. We will be back in roughly 10 minutes to see what else could possibly go wrong for this coterie. welcome back. Where we left this coterie off, you have an intruder on what was otherwise a quiet night. Someone said the word. Something happened. Either way, are any of you going to be involved in this, or do you let the ghouls handle it?
I'll be involved.
I'll be involved.
Fuck it, we're all involved.
Okay. You go up. Your 3 ghouls have managed to catch the guy who tripped the alarm. He was trying to get into the basement. You don't know this guy. He's human. He's also in a daze. And you see Rick just look at you guys and say, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him, but he's not responding to anything. Hey! Asshole! See? Oh, watch this. He slaps him across the face and nothing happens.
This is
nothing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's a Marcus Vattel situation.
And this is very nostalgic, I think. Yeah, quite nostalgic indeed. It reminds me back of our first couple of months.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
The Marcus Vattel situation, where they sent an individual that was controlled.
Emotional, you can ask as many questions. You have 6, so that's a margin of 5. So you can ask 5 general questions about his demeanor.
Okay.
And his aura. It doesn't have to be the ones on the list, those are just examples. You can ask whatever you want about his soul, behavior, emotional state, or influence, given it's a critical win.
What's his mission?
Is the subject a vampire, werewolf, ghoul, or any other supernatural being?
The subject is a supernatural being. Not one you've encountered before, but you understand because of the power. It's human, but it's not. Like, you see flesh and blood and cells, but at the very, very core of it, what you see instead are twigs and vines and leaves. A being that you are not familiar with, but your powers allow you to understand, is what is known as a changeling. A creature that has been replaced by fairies with a duplicate.
Okay. Is the subject under the influence of blood sorcery or any other magic?
Only its purpose for creation.
Okay. Let's see. Like, I don't know if I really need to know. Like, okay, I'll just ask since I can. The emotional state.
Doesn't have emotions. The most accurate way to describe it is a homunculus. Like, it's a thing created with a purpose.
Okay.
What's the purpose?
That's not something you can know.
Yeah, that's not something you can find out.
But you can peer into its drive. Like, what it's trying to do.
Yeah, I will.
Speak to you. To you as in your coterie.
Okay.
It just needs you to be the ones to ask.
Hi. Do you need to talk to us?
He turns to you with the first expression and first movement since he's been brought here. Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
My master has an offer.
Who's your master?
His head just kind of turns like he's trying to say it. I apologize. The human tongue is incapable of making the sound necessary.
Interesting.
And his name is not to be uttered.
Right.
A way out.
Is
I
it
think I understand.
He looks at Renee.
What did you say?
A way out.
Way out. Oh, that's tempting.
Careful. What is your way out, as you dictate it from your master?
He did not say, I am an invitation.
To where?
A meeting. If you would accept.
Where?
Towards the lake. A vessel has been prepared for you. It will arrive tomorrow evening for your use. If you are not there by 9 p.m. tomorrow, my master will assume you are not interested and will meddle no further.
And you promise that this isn't like a trap, you won't just harm us or anything?
My master cannot lie. And by extension, I cannot lie. You are not going to be harmed should you attempt, as long as you attempt no harm as well. It is a conversation over neutral ground.
Well, I don't know about the others, but I will accept the invitation.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure.
We'll think on it. You've given us the time and the meet date, and you'll know our answer based on if we're there or not.
Very well. I have fulfilled my purpose. His body before your eyes immediately changes into a bundle of vines, twigs, and leaves that are shaped like a human body before it falls apart and crumbles into dirt. And Rick just goes, okay, any other freaky shit I need to know about? What the I'll get the dust
Okay. Fairies are real.
Yeah, that's a fairy.
No.
Or a creation of a fairy. I think that its master is a fairy.
No, it's a changeling.
I'm fucking sick and tired of people doing this, so why don't you just leave an imaginary sign up on the back door being if you're mind controlled and want to talk to us, come through this door or whatever, because I don't want you guys to have to deal with this.
Definitely what we should do.
No, it's exactly what we should do. I'm going to do it right now, actually. Give me a second.
No, you're not.
I am.
Unfortunately, I do agree with you, Cecil. I wish, as much as I wish, letters were something that could work. It's wholly improbable. But no. Yes, that is a changeling. Similar to a force that mages, werewolves, kindred, and changelings, we all sort of meld together into a unique sort of pot of magic and all sorts of interesting things. We have no idea what they want from us. I can only assume that they wish to help us to get something in return.
Yeah. There's anything that I do know about I was never really like a fairy Wiccan, that wasn't my vibe, but I do know a little bit about them, and I do know that they're tricksy. They love a deal, and they can't lie, but that means that they will double talk you.
Mm-hmm.
And try and skirt around the truth.
Well, brings me back to Taco Bell, really. I always like the 2-for-1 deals. I always like the specials, but of course, when you eat it, it's so good, and then all of a sudden your bowel's in the shitter. So it's always worth to take that risk, And I feel like that's what to do now.
I feel like that's
a shit pun.
It's
No,
it's
just
not.
a bad
Wasn't really
analogy.
fun.
No, I think it's actually a great analogy. Just a very not eloquent way of putting it. Yes, in the immediacy, we will likely find something good from this deal, but as Cecil put it, down the line we will eventually shit our pants. So
Yeah.
I think we need to take it
already-
with a grain of salt.
Yes. I mean, we do also have a way out of the city if we wanted to take it.
That's why I'm
Yes.
curious as to why we now have two.
Yeah.
So I will be going.
Could be a matter of that storm. Maybe it's not a kindred who is brewing this weather. It is something extra magical.
That's why I reckon there's no harm in hearing them out, because if we really don't like it, we could just choose not to. But there's no problem looking at all of our options. At least.
I agree. I'm interested in at least learning what it has to say.
So then we should talk about if each of us are thinking about staying or leaving.
I agree.
I'm going
I
to
don't
leave.
know. I don't know where I am. Why do you wish to leave, Renee?
There's not much here for me, and I'm tired of being roped up into so much that I don't want it anymore.
I don't mean to sway your mind or shit on the idea, but wherever you go, there will be something that you get roped up into.
Yes,
Always.
but
that's our curse.
the problem is Portia.
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
I can't guarantee I'll be on one side or the other, and it's just easier if I'm just not a part of it.
That's fine. Yeah.
I can agree with that. I'm sort of on the fence about it. I have things here that I do like. People here that I like. Familiarities. But I do think there would be some enjoyment in having a new situation. But I don't know.
Never.
It would
I've
be
never
about.
loved Chicago.
I'm probably going to stay. It really depends on what's happening next, but if all comes to shove, I'm staying, and there's just things I have to do, and yeah, that's about it.
Ash?
I don't know. I really don't.
Not that this will help sway your decision, but there is a quite large rectangular box in our haven that is a gift from Sturbridge for when we do quote unquote make up our mind for what we are going to do.
Specifically only for you. That's not for the Coterie.
Oh, excuse me. It's only for me, but not to rub that in your
really
guys'
swayed my
face.
mind.
Wow.
Quite the humble brag, Erin. Thank you.
I realized it was only for me halfway through saying it, and I couldn't back out then, so I decided to say the whole piece anyways.
There's like a tag that says for Aaron, not for your code. Underlined. Don't give it to them.
Do not share.
Don't share.
Yeah, no, I'm on the fence.
Wait, when is the storm happening? Just to clarify.
A few weeks.
Weeks.
That's the weather, which that could easily change into a few days tomorrow.
Oh. Okay. Oh, if that's it, then yeah. I'll go see them tomorrow. What about you two? What are you two doing?
Well,
with the meeting.
Oh, I thought we were all going.
I had said that I was going.
Yeah, I thought that was just decided.
I'm interested to see how a changeling works, even if there's potential dangers to it.
I'm
knows?
very interested to go on a boat with a fae. It should be interesting.
It is as you said, Ash. They are very double speak, contractual. We need to be very careful and very intentional with our words as to not sign away our both literal and a hyperbole soul away.
Much to my understanding, aren't souls more of like devils kind of bag?
I think everything likes a soul. You know, even across the world, there's a type of kindred who do enjoy feeding on soul rather than vitae. But I won't bore you with those details.
Thank you.
I do know for one thing. After this storm, our decision on leaving or staying, I do want to be near you guys, if possible, whether we all leave together or we stay together.
I don't think that this decision is going to be unanimous, Aaron, as much as I care about all of you. There does come a point when every coterie does need to disband and we have to set out on our own, sort of.
Yeah.
I know it won't be unanimous. I'm a realist.
I think the only way that's possible is just because me and Ash are kind of biologically entwined now. That's the only really like strength bond that's like I don't know, but I don't know how families work. Like I'm not okay, trust me, I'm not the expert on that, but like I think Ash is right. Apart from me and Ash, in terms of the biological side, it's pretty cooked.
Where would you go?
I don't know. I kind of jokingly thought in my head Milwaukee, but yeah, you should not go there.
That is a terrible choice.
Do you know about Milwaukee?
Probably not the way that you do.
Yeah, if you...
Out of all the cities in Wisconsin, Milwaukee is the one you choose.
Well, there's also a lot of werewolves. Like a lot of them.
I did not know that part.
That's their primary issue, I'd imagine. They have a whole kindred force down there designed to hunt and kill werewolves and prevent their meddling from their city. And so, that's not the reason why I'd go there. It's, like I said, it was just one decision. But, regardless, no, I understand that we're not going to unanimously hold the same decision. But, yes, we might separate. We might not be a coterie per se, but that does not mean that we don't need to know each other anymore. We can still maintain that connection with each other from state to state, whether we live near each other or not. And that is something I want us to maintain. Because that is something I know for a fact that Helen did not manufacture. She put us all together. She did not make us connect. I know that.
Aaron, you've come such a long way with the words. It's really surprising, which reminds me of the thing that I have for you, which I'll get to later, but you continue.
I think Aaron's always been very concise.
Aaron's not been good with words.
Really?
Hence the hole being punched in your stomach and the joke that he made that you got angry about. And there's
Prince hating them.
Prince hating them multiple times. There's a long list.
That is crazy because I'm thinking of the Aaron now, and the Aaron I know now is just like completely concise. I don't know. Should we continue to judge ourselves based on those 3 months now that we know where we are now?
More than 3 months.
Holding grudges.
It's been a while, yes.
I think the Helena's thing has stopped me from holding any grudges, really. That would be a complete lie, though, because, of course, there's the human bias, or the dead bias, I guess, of holding stuff against each other. But you know what? I think in the grand scope of things, it doesn't really matter at this point.
It's as was put by Sturbridge. We know the board, we know the game, we have more information on where we stand. And similar to both a certain song and deeper human philosophies, we are only dust in the wind. We are quite literally a small, infinitesimally small fragment. And while it's scary for some, perspective can also place it that we can only do what we can. So, I don't know. That's some of my thoughts. I don't feel as hopeless right now, but who knows? This storm could come around and that may be something that we put our thoughts to, but when it does come around, I know for a fact where we stand on it. So let's keep surviving together as we think about what we'll do.
I agree.
I think the first thing we need to do is have both Nate and Rick go through our club and make sure that we scrub it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Helen will be upset that we take away their bugs. I think they just assume that's something that is just going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be cutting away from us.
She's probably surprised that we haven't done so yet.
I mean, what is there to really hide? We're not scheming or anything, so.
Who knows?
Well, you kind of are now.
What happened?
Rick just points it out.
Who? What was that? What?
You're agreeing to meet with whatever the fuck this thing is, telling you that whatever the fuck it's gonna do. So, kind of scheming.
It's true.
It's the thing is against her. Like, we have no clue what this is.
Yeah.
So it could.
Well, there aren't any bugs up here, right? It's just down there.
Yeah, the only place I
That's
never
true.
checked in this club was your rooms.
Yeah.
You want me to head down there and do a sweep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think ideally,
On
yes.
The point being, the point is just we are investigating. We've been asked a question. We're going to investigate. It's not like that. We have no clue what this is. So when I say we're not scheming against her, that's what I mean. Unless I don't know her opinions that much, but that's what I think at least.
So, the sun is about to rise. Or if you can head to your rooms, Rick takes this little bug scanner. Takes him almost until the sun rises, which is about 30 or so minutes of plucking things out of the wall, moving bricks, destroying drywall. Like, this place is monitored. He removes all of it. That is the last one, but I'll do another sweep when you're all asleep.
Thanks, Rick.
Sun rises.
Thank you.
You all die, essentially. The evening comes back.
I want to try and get rid of 1 aggravated damage.
4 rouse checks for you, 1 for everyone else.
Don't you have no aggravated because you did Defy Bane?
No, you can only heal as much as he rolled. And
I see.
he only healed. Sorry, you can only heal as much as you have fortitude, so that's free. but he got 5. He would have been in torpor. Oh, everyone's a little hungry. Okay.
Oh.
I think I rolled successfully to get 1 removed. I think.
Yes, you can remove 1 by right-clicking it.
It's telling me because I got a bestial failure. I think it's asking to attempt to resist frenzy.
No,
but I'm at
you can
3
ignore
hunger.
that. You can ignore that. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Go crazy.
Now, when you awaken, it's about 7 o'clock. You have a couple of hours before you need to get to the docks. So you've got time. What do you want to do with that time? Or do you want to go early? Feeding rolls it is.
I need to feed.
You know what? I also thought about it. We should probably have Rick look at our cars.
He did. Like, all the cars, he's the one that sourced. So, they're safe.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I do want to do something on the
fine.
way there, but it's just gonna be like a. I do want to do something on the way there, but it's just gonna be a quick check. So boom, bam, boom, boom.
You're fine. They go down to 1. Renee, you're missing 1.
Okay.
Willpower.
I'll also do a
Okay.
feeding roll.
You may take something from the herd.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm fine. I only have
Alright.
2.
You're distracted. Feeding's not as easy.
No, it hasn't been.
Lisa, what do you want to
Can
do?
I?
I wanted to stop by at my touchstone and see how they're progressing with their thing.
The money you gave them is doing quite a lot. It has upgraded their systems, it has allowed them to have more help, and it in turn is allowing them to help more people. So it's a full house in a good way. Like, a lot of people are there getting the help they need.
I think Cecil looks at the progress, probably from whatever stalking position he is in, and he'll just say to himself, that's great, but there's always a chance to expand. There's always more people to help.
You have plans?
God? Hello?
I'm asking, like, do you have any plans? Are you doing anything?
Well, Cecil would like to arrange eventually to have like a whole foundation dedicated to it. Obviously, from like a shadow investment side of it. I'm sure there's hopefully a way to have like by shadow investing, have like there be like not a CEO, but like a way to establish a company without breaking Masquerade breaches and have it being like simple and clean.
There is, but there's no one on any of your payrolls that is capable of doing it.
In that case, I'm probably gonna. I'll do that. I'll do that. Wait, what?
I said, what about Nate? Could Nate help making like an LLC and making a fake, not a fake company, but just like
He can do the
something
hacking,
that could work?
but he doesn't know how much he has to hack for the business to pass through all the paperwork. You know, like, he knows how to hack it, he doesn't know which ones he has to hack and how deep he has to go.
That will be Cecil's goal for the next couple of weeks. But for now, he's just going to see the progress. And I remember there was a woman working there. Is she doing okay?
Yeah. I mean, the caretaker is the one who's on your touchstone. She's fine. But the rest of them, yeah. The money is helping. Bring in more hands, making them less tired, allowing them to do their jobs better.
Okay, with that knowledge, I'm going to go to where the meetup is then.
Aaron, did you want to do something?
Can I do a feed? Can I do like a...
Your call and how. You never chose a new feeding habit, so...
I know. I know. I've been in feeding habit limbo. Because the plan that Aaron had was apparently morally and ethically ambiguous.
I mean, that doesn't mean you have to listen to them. You're humanity free. You don't have to care.
Nah, I'm humanity 4. Get it right.
Still the same thing. You don't really have to care.
Nah, but Aaron cares a little. Can I do like a manipulation? Like a manipulation, like streetwise, just to try and like find
Druggies?
a druggie or just like some streetwalker type individual that's just.
Sure.
Gotcha. Oops.
See how that turns out.
Don't say it like it's gonna be a bad roll. Can I add black market to it?
Yes.
I'm also gonna blood search it. There we go. If a 5 isn't good enough, I'm gonna be a little upset about it.
Well, you only need 3 in your domain, so that's good.
Okay, cool. Good.
Since you're doing this, why don't you roll a d10?
What the hell are you doing?
/roll space d10. Hey, give me a second. 2, 3, 4. Ah, lovely. You are under the effects of cocaine.
Okay,
Since
cool,
you drank the blood of a druggie.
Yeah,
you know, I expressly didn't say that it was going to be a druggie. I just wanted like just some loiterer.
A few seconds ago,
you found.
A few seconds ago, I said druggie, and you said yes.
and then I elaborated and said it's like a streetwalker.
And then I allowed you to apply your black market. On the other hand, not all of them were drugs. But if you wanted to look for a loiterer who wasn't minding his own business, there's one guy who is unfortunately, since you're looking around the black market areas, hi. Now, on the bright side, this isn't all bad. It gives you 2 extra dice to any physical rolls you're going to make. And 1 extra dice to any mental roll that involves observations, like noticing things around you. So it's not the worst thing to have. Kindred can process drugs. Kindred process drugs pretty well.
Oh.
I suppose the negative would be how you act. Think
gotcha.
15 cups of coffee into the morning. But yeah, you get +2 to any physical rolls you make, and +1 for you to notice anything around you. Like you're hyper aware.
Okay.
So it does give you a bonus.
+2. Dope.
If everyone else is good.
This is a terrible precedent that is set for Aaron. Dude, this is awesome. I've never felt more clear. I've never had so much clarity.
If everyone else is good, and since you're wearing glasses, no one can really see that your pupils have actually dilated. You can get on the boat. There's a guy driving it. Once you step inside, he just drives off, heading further and further into Lake Michigan until you are in between or somewhere in the center of the lake. During the travel, you will notice that there is a thick fog that's kind of bunched up in the very center of the lake where you're heading towards. The odd thing is you didn't notice it from the shore, but you notice it as you get closer. But you do not notice when it is that you cross that fog. You don't realize that you've already entered it until you're in it. And that fog obscures your vision of everything around you. You don't see the shores of any of the states. You don't see the shores of the city. You are just surrounded with a thick, hazy fog. And yet somehow light is still shining underneath. The moonlight is still piercing through, despite you not seeing the moon. The boat stops in the middle of all of this. You were told to stay on the top deck until you arrived, and when you do, you were told to head to the bottom deck, where there is a dining hall. It's a rectangular table filled with food, wine, drink, that all do not smell like rust and piss like food normally does for kindred. They smell good, and they smell like you can eat it. On the one end of the table, on the power seat, because there are 2 chairs on either side, on the power seat of the table, there is a man, 3-piece, black suit, white tie, long black hair that's very neatly combed back, that brushes just past his shoulders, with a tight ponytail. Handsome, and the best way to describe is ethereally perfect to the point that he can't be human because of how there are literally no flaws. His entire face and posture and everything about him is symmetrical. Everything is too perfect to the point that he does not look human anymore, despite having a human appearance. And he gestures to the seats, 2 on either side of the long end of the table. Choose who you sit with.
Also with Ash.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
Okay.
lab partners? Lab.
And he gestures. Please, eat, feast. They're all quite edible. I made sure of it.
My parents told me not to eat food from strangers, but I assume this is, just to clarify, it's not gonna have any harmful effects or anything.
It's just food designed to be edible for your kind, that you might enjoy a taste of life.
Yep, say less. Okay, I'll dig in.
Tastes exactly how you expected: turkey and wine and mashed potatoes, some roasted beef.
Oh, I'll take some wine.
Yeah, wine.
The wine tastes like a vintage, if any of you can tell the difference, but it is...
Oh, Renee would be
It
able
tastes
to.
expensive. And like wine, not
Is
like
it
blood.
like French?
Yeah, it's got a French name I will not pretend I can pronounce.
So before,
Savion Noir.
but before we get down to any official business, do you mind that anyone possibly knows about us meeting you? Like, is that a big concern at all, or is this supposed to be a top secret thing?
Oh, I doubt anyone would believe you.
Heard that before.
Please, have your fill. It has been quite some time, I believe, since you've actually eaten a proper meal. Might as well. Enjoy yourself. There's no poison or anything dastardly inside it. It's merely food designed for your consumption. He does eat some himself.
Aaron is scanning this whole scenario, like behind their glasses. They sort of pushed them up just to hide their eyes just a little bit more, but they are scanning the entire scenario.
What's
and
an
one
awareness?
of the questions that they have, right? One of the questions that they have is, who is this scenario built for? Is this built for our comfort, or is this built to portray this individual's comfort?
What's an awareness? Well, that's a different role. If you're trying to get into motivations, that's insight, which will still benefit from your +1. Still wits.
Okay. So wits and insight? Okay.
And then add 1 black die for it. Oh, you will lose that 1 because there's still a negative, so make a straight roll.
Oh my.
Oh shit, I forgot that there was a -1.
My cocaine!
At least it isn't putting you into the negatives.
Hey,
8.
Holy fuck.
you're rolling good.
Your cocaine is working.
I already said it. It's a bad precedent.
Don't do drugs, kids. This meal and everything about it is built to disarm you. Now, That does not, however, translate to malicious intent. There is a precedent to say that this is a way to start a negotiation in good faith. Whichever of the two he's trying to do, you can't read at the moment, but you know that this is meant to be establishing a safe environment for your sake. Why he's doing it is the problem that you don't see the answer to. But this is meant to be establishing a safe environment. You know that much.
After doing that scan, Aaron will sort of give a little nod, and they'll sip a little bit of wine, and they'll continue just to like glance about and just try and
there is a
silently
bowl of ramen,
ascertain,
like a very large bowl of ramen to just sort of pour it into your own bowl.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
I imagine Aaron is just like, Aaron has scanned the entire boat, just like look at the decor, like who is like, what is this meant to do? And like looked at all the food, taken all the smells, ascertained that it's to make us feel comfortable, to let our guards down, and then just like eyes to the ramen, it's just like, motherfucker, you got me good. And then it's just gonna like slowly like their fingertips are gonna be jittering, but just like they'll ladle some in and they'll slowly have it.
There's also, with all the food, another course of chefs that arrive, all featureless people, easily forgettable faces like the one you met in your club. All have no emotions, but they deliver sushi, and they deliver some dumplings, and they deliver more Eastern cuisine. Just food for you to eat, but at some point while eating, he does eventually speak again. Well, I'm certain you've had your fill, and by all means do continue eating. But if you'd like to get down to business, I'm more than happy to speak on why it is I've invited you here. Very simply put, you are in a delicate position with a rather disagreeable, let's say, individual of your kind, who, for certain reasons I'm not allowed to discuss, but all I can say involves something of my kind. And I'd like to rectify particular situations. Now,
someone of your kind.
Oh, there are plenty of ours. You designate your kind by clan. We designate my kind by kith. It's a fanciful term to describe where our origins come from. Point being, there's some business with my kind I have to settle, and you happen to be in the perfect position to help me settle them. In exchange, of course. Well, there's actually a number of things I can provide you in exchange. One of them being your lives back.
I need you to define all of that.
Yes.
Very meticulously.
Well, there's a very simple way to describe it. I can bring you back to life.
Define that.
Heart beating, eating food, aging and dying an old man.
I think part I'm concerned with immediately when hearing that is, you know the situation that we're in, right? As kindred.
Yes.
We can't just exit the life just like this because obviously of Masquerade breaches. If we were to turn human, then wouldn't we just be wouldn't we just have a massive target on our backs saying we're a walking Masquerade breach, kill us, if we were to turn back human?
Not if we undo your death and put in some circumstances. You were identified by dental records. Dental records are very easily falsified, as you have proven with your death. We bring you back, we give you some stories, things humans will believe, and of course provide you a little bit of fairy protection to prevent kindred from ever touching you again. that is an important part of the process. And return you to your
I'd say it's
merry
the
way.
most important.
Well, alternatively,
Protection.
we could also relocate you to another city where you might thrive better. Or irk your extremely powerful old elder leader and remove her from the playing field entirely. Without, of course, ruining the city. I quite like this city. None of which, mind you, comes for free. I will require something of you, of course. That's the entire point of a negotiation, is it not?
I'm just curious. I am kind of... We're a little bit new to the game, and so the ideas of power dynamics is a little bit iffy. How are you able to do any of the... In terms of power scale, how?
When you were a child, did any of you ever have those moments where you imagined yourselves to be superheroes or being capable of doing more than you could? Those moments where a stick became a sword, or you see something terrible happen and you imagine scenarios in your head that you could do something about them, even though you couldn't. Anyone with those moments as a child? The whimsical thought that you were more than you were?
Yeah.
My kind are largely responsible for the world of imagination. And in the world of imagination, nothing is impossible. To answer your question more directly, your elder Helena is roughly, what, just shy of 4,000? Give or take?
I believe so.
My kind predates the land of language and time. We have existed for as long as humanity had creativity. From the first caveman who figured out that fire was a source of warmth, we were born. Human ingenuity, albeit steered the wrong way due to some circumstances, birthed us. We are the will and the imagination of people to do things beyond existence. I have fed you. You have digested, and yet you are still dead. I create paradoxes that should not exist, and yet they do. For example, if you would mind, and he points to one guy who opens the windows in this bottom, like the bottom layer. You see a shore, that's not Chicago. You look closer at the shore, you are somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, wait. Perhaps a further display of power to show you what I'm capable of. Let's see. He shows you a large metal barge colliding with an iceberg. No, I've always loved seeing this live. Beautiful. A beautiful disaster. You are witnessing the Titanic sink.
Why didn't you just drive right into the iceberg?
Yeah.
Burning. That was hindsight, I guess.
I don't control human actions. I simply watch.
Oh, I know. It's just more of like what just.
I would say, as the kids would call it, it's probably a skill issue on their part, but
no, this isn't just viewing. Please open the window. You feel the cold of the iceberg, which is another thing that you're feeling cold.
Okay, I know that this is like an attempt to show your authenticity, and it is working quite a bit, but We
Oh wait,
have
I do
grown
have
up. We
one more trick. He closes the window, brings you back into the fog. And he looks like, kind of like Big Overture, Small Show. He was about to do something grand and then just snaps his fingers and all four of you draw breath. And you feel your heart beat.
Oh.
And you feel your blood warm your body like it hasn't been warmed in ages. You feel tired, you feel hungry, you feel human.
Okay, first off, can I just get there's a big ass elephant in my head and I need to get it conveyed right now. If you need us to do something, why can't you just do it yourself, since you can basically just do everything right here?
Yes, exactly. He takes it away and turns you back into kindred, returning you to the default state. You see, my kind have a particular set of rules that we cannot break, preventing us from being all-powerful. Without those rules, this world would be very different. In order to enact any form of power, we have to form a bond, an oath-bound contract. The display of power you just saw is because I've brought you into my domain. My sphere of influence exerts through this fog as the metaphorical imagination of the world, and from there I can do whatever I wish. And as long as you stay within these confines, I can do anything to you. Absolutely anything I can think of, short of killing. But I do not exert any influence beyond my area, what we call the dreaming. Still, not important right now. The point being that unless I form a contract and certain conditions are met, my powers are not worth anything to your realm. And the contract requires two ends, which means I need you to pull some machinations for me in order for me to do what I have to do.
So what is it you want from us?
It's actually quite interesting. You may believe that what I'm about to ask you has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm offering. I've already told you that your large and very powerful ancient kindred is my indirect target. But what I'm going to ask you to do has nothing to do with her. No, actually there's one thing I will need of you, and it's going to be very large. And it's going to be worth the weight of what I'm offering. I need you to kill your prince.
Oh.
Nearly insurmountable, yes, but consider that he is not much older than you are, actually, and without the protections of those he has made deals with, vulnerable.
And why do you want him dead?
Have you heard of the butterfly effect?
Mm-hmm.
One small rip
from that one game.
turns into ripples, turns into changes. Your all-powerful Helena plays with dominoes, watching one fall after the other, so do I. Except, unlike her, I've been playing it since before dominoes were invented. Or games, or human sentience for that matter. So, in a way, your easiest solution out of the predicament you're in, and some measure of revenge, lies in someone who's been playing the game for far, far longer. Of course, if you're not interested, I can bring you back to Chicago and you can continue on with your unlife. No harm. I'll find someone else to do my bidding.
Do we have time to decide?
Indeed you do. Until the nasty hurricane hits your city.
there's also the fact of if Helena does find out about this, which she may, and I don't know, in any case, she may know about anything. So if she finds out about this, like even before you brought us in, then wouldn't we just be dead as soon as we come back, assuming that you're promising what you are promising?
Well, she's not going to find out about this meeting unless you tell her. And as far as the plotting, that's what the storm is for. An obscuration of kindred abilities. A way to hinder your ability to see through the veil. It is a metaphorical and literal storm that is going to obscure vision, sight, and I mean that in both physical and spiritual or supernatural senses. You won't see anything. That is why you have until the storm arrives to decide. If you choose not to, then I'll recruit some other kindred with a little more ambition. I simply decided to offer it to you. For the sole purpose that you seem to have at least more motivation to go up against someone who's over nearly 4,000 years old.
Yeah, I think also the fact that Man, they gave me such a big rank, but I can't even spell it. But I was given a rank that is second to the sheriff. The leader of wolves, the pre-alpha. I generally can't remember the spelling of it, but it's something that sounds really cool. I'm in that role. Would that potentially help with this job if we were to take it up?
It'd give you a reason to be in the area. Especially during the storm, the protection of the prince is of the utmost importance. How you use your roles and where you are is completely up to you. I have the task for you, you'd accomplish it, and you get your reward. What that reward is, we decide now. Or later, if you decide to accomplish the task in the first place. Point being, it's a simple trade. You kill your prince, and each of you get something amongst what I've offered.
Do you have anything to do with the storm?
Not me directly, but my kind. Things happened in the other side that have shifted some power dynamics, let's say, and the storm is a side effect of that bleeding into your world. But I see it more as an opportunity.
A paradox. What happens immediately after we kill the prince? What happens?
That entirely depends on your reward. But as far as the city is concerned, the power vacuum is left. Elna will try to fill that power vacuum. Things fall into place, and ideally, he'll be forced to leave the city.
What about for us? Say the moment that he begins to ash in our hands, are you able to intervene and stop what backlash may happen in that moment?
That moment would be the accomplishment of your end of our bargain, which means it would be my turn to hold up mine. So what happens to you entirely depends on what it is you ask of me.
I see. Interesting. So we could be right on stage, right next to the prince at an Elysium. We could do that deed, and in a snap of your fingers, we would be pulled out because we would accomplish said contract.
Well, I can't do anything for you if you strike him and do not kill him, and everyone else gets a shot at you. But
Of course,
essentially,
I meant
yes,
the hypothetical where we do kill him.
yes. Upon his death, you will be safe, and whatever it is that you asked of me will be fulfilled, and I can't fulfill those if you are dead. Unless, of course, what you ask of me is to kill you, which I can't imagine you would, but you understand the point.
Do we have to strike the killing blow, or can we be potentially indirectly responsible for his death?
I
What are
don't
the
particularly
parameters?
I don't particularly care how he dies as long as he dies.
Okay.
How are we? What I'm concerned about is how we're able to plot any of this, considering if Helena could be possibly listening at all times, which I don't. I guess call me paranoid for expecting her to be listening all the time, considering our last plan, which was supposedly supposed to be unhearable, was hearable, or predicted.
She didn't.
I think she's just that smart.
Oh, she is. Quite brilliant. But I once again posit. She's under the assumption that she's the only one of your kind that my kind are willing to deal with. She is wrong. I am not part of the same kith that she had dealt with. I'm different. And she cannot account for that. And even if she could predict this plan, and even if she could foresee what it is you're going to do, well, there's always the storm. As I've said, it is a great equalizer. Premonitions, the ability to see the future, clairvoyance, all of these powers that you hold, that storm will temporarily put at bay. It will cause untold chaos amongst your kind. The humans will border themselves in their home, preparing for the worst. The kindred will panic at the loss of their powers, at the loss of what they can do, at the confusion of it all. It will cause untold panic, especially to one as old as her. That does not make the kill any easier, but it certainly makes attempting it much easier.
Well, you have given us a lot to think about. And we have till the storm's about a couple weeks to decide.
Yes. You'll probably see the warning signs before it actually hits. That will be your cue.
And I guess in that time as well, we can also grow our power without necessarily... We can grow our power in the excuse of saying that we're just trying to improve. And we won't necessarily have to expose doing this. I mean, what kindred in Chicago doesn't want to get more powerful.
Very true.
So...
That's an interesting segue that I was just about to ask. You offer us this contract, this idea that if we kill the prince, we can get essentially whatever we want in return. Do you give us any tools to do so? Anything of your power, of your domain, to utilize for this contract? Or is it just as simple as you put the carrot before us?
Your biggest hurdle is the wolf and the wolves that the prince is allied with. You can consider that hurdle removed. But I cannot give you any powers. If I were to influence your ability to perform the contract, that would essentially negate the contract entirely. You must do this of your own power and volition and offer up to me the action of doing so. How you do it is completely up to you. But I can exert influence over werewolves for a very specific reason. And I can remove them from the playing field entirely. Now,
I see.
you have plenty to consider, I understand. So, and you hear the ship dock. You are free to leave. If you come to a decision, arrive at these docks at any point in time, I will hear about it and will be here. If you don't, then you'll find backups.
What is your name? One that you'd give us for.
Let's go with Alexander. I've used that name for some time now. I've grown fond of it.
No doubt it isn't your true name. But
Of course not.
it fits.
Well, off you go.
One tiny thing. You said you still have some food, right? Chicken nuggets.
He just makes a chef show up with them.
Okay. I am forever in your debt. Thank you. And I'm just gonna leave.
Lets you leave.
But not literally. That isn't a binding contract. Him saying that. Don't.
No. It's an expression of, hey, listen. If I didn't go years without chicken nuggets, I'd probably kill myself. So this is like
You find yourself off the boat, and all of you hear a bell toll. Just one thing, and the boat is gone. And you are by the docks before you finish your thoughts. And we can leave it at that for this evening. Whatever that bell means.
So help me God. If you sold away your soul for chicken nuggets, I think I would have killed you just then and there.
This is
no.
where we pause the story. Thank you to everyone who is watching. Plots are about to happen. Things are about to change. The storm is coming, and we will see in the next coming weeks what happens to this coterie. Before we leave, everyone, and just introduce yourselves and what hole people might find you under. George.
I'm reeling right now because now we're in a court of thorns and roses. I am George Lee. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch and Instagram at George Lee with 2 Y's.
Captain?
I'm Captain. I'm still sick, and I can't be found anywhere, and you don't need to concern yourself about that. I'm so sick, I completely forgot to find an album. And so I'll give you Now Not Yet by Half Alive.
Petra?
Hi, I'm Petra. There's not really like a funny gag at the end of this. I thought that today's session was going to be like the one exception where it's, just sad. But hey, Cecil got chicken nuggets, and that's something to be happy for. You can find me at Petrapika HXH on Instagram, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Shig.
I am Shig. You can find me on Instagram at Manascona. And I have my best painting I've ever done. It was my first acrylic painting of Clyde. That's so good. You just can't see the full background because he's just center frame and there he is.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
All right. Thank you to everyone who's watching, who has been watching since the start. Again, however many sessions are left really depends on how many things the players want to tie up before the end. So, stick around, watch how this ends, see if any of them achieve what passes for a good ending in Vampire the Masquerade, and we will see you again next week.
Cybernation Uncensored.